Hello, Geekvolutionaries. This is I, Captain Logan. And today we're going to take a look at the Back to the Future level pack for LEGO Dimensions.
And in animal news, a large quantity of plutonium was stolen by gorillas last night. I guess they want to trade it for bananas, huh?
They were gorillas, not gorillas, Kent.
Oh, of course. I always get apes and monkeys mixed up.
Hey, Doc. Doc? Hello, anybody home? Einstein? Here, boy. Whoa! Ow! Doc, this is disgusting. Seriously, where are you? Oh, well, I guess I can kick back for a while. Or maybe I can finish off that amplifier the Doc's been working on.
So this was something of a bittersweet experience for me because this opens and you immediately feel like you're playing the Back to the Future LEGO game. Like you're going to get to play through the entire movie. And of course, you know that it's just a level and that it's going to be short and it's only going to be a 45-minute to an hour-long experience. As you can tell by the timestamp or the length of this video, it's significantly shorter than that compared to the Simpsons level, at least for my wife and I. We're playing together again here like we did with the Simpsons level. And that was, of course, just a matter of we got stuck in some places and it took a while. So this disappointed us a little bit because it felt so super short. But I don't think the Simpsons level is actually any longer than it. Really wish that they would make a Back to the Future story pack.
Let's settle this rivalry once and for all. Coffee or tea?
And I don't know if we'll ever get anything like that. Of course, it'd be cool to get just a straight-up Back to the Future game. But I suspect that when the story packs start coming out, and maybe eventually they'll do one for a lot of these things, because of course, the LEGO games started off as being, you know, movie trilogy things, and getting to go back and play an entire set of movies in LEGO form. But I wonder if the story packs won't replace some of those games, where you still kind of get the full-blown LEGO games, but they're just all roped into LEGO Dimensions. This was kind of hilarious. Sarah started flying as Superman, and then we went into this thing to where it wants you to try to build the hoverboard. It took us a second here because we weren't sure what it was wanting us to build, and then it turned out it was the hoverboard as opposed to the DeLorean, so now we're grabbing the hoverboard. But anyway, because she was playing a Superman, and every time you fly a Superman, it plays the Superman music, you're now hearing the Superman music under this. And we thought that was kind of great. I wonder if anybody else has had anything like that happen. We're getting stuck on some other... What is taking us so long? This is, by the way, once again, if you haven't been able to already tell, post-game commentary. Sarah and I are playing through these levels, and I'm providing a little bit of discussion, blabber, if you will, during the gameplay sections, so that you have something at least slightly more interesting to listen to, maybe, hopefully, while you're watching us run around and break LEGO brick things and try to solve puzzles. I complain about this with the Simpsons level, and I'll probably just keep going on complaining about it. Not nearly enough different one-liners from characters. I am already tired of listening to Superman say Coffee or tea? Let's settle this rivalry once and for all. Coffee or tea?
Nearly there. Just need to add a few dials and it's good to go.
Love all the detail in this room. It is that garage down to the last detail, and then some, with all the Lego stuff. Looks great. Once again, I really enjoy the mix of real-world looking stuff and Lego things. So they just took the set that we have at the beginning of Back to the Future and put some Lego stuff in it. Hey, look, it's I Am Bread! I Am Bread. I like playing as Marty McFly a lot. He's one of the more useful characters, I find, or at least fun to play with when you have to break things or do any combat stuff. I think they did a great job with him. It's fun that you have a guitar, and that you have musical notes that pop out of that.
Nice.
He uses it as kind of a melee weapon. Sort of like... oh, what is that game on the 360?
Ow! Not again! Ow! Ow! Hello?
Marty, my boy, is that you?
Doc, where are you? I was waiting for you.
Shh. Listen, I need you to meet me tonight at the Twin Pines Hall, 1:15 a.m. Tell nobody. And bring your video camera.
What? 1:15 a.m., just like you asked, Doc. Doc?
Start recording.
So now we gotta build the DeLorean, because we're about to get the DeLorean off the back of the truck. And again, it still feels like we're in a Lego movie, or a Lego game version of this movie. Where it's, right now, so far, paced about the way I would expect it to be. And then it's gonna start rushing things real fast.
Marty, this is it. The culmination of my life's work.
A DeLorean?
A time machine.
Get out of town.
Once that baby hits one of these, you'll hit 88 miles per hour and whoosh!
Time travel? Is that simple?
Yes! If you ignore the complex bits, such as 1.21 gigawatts of electricity needed to power the flux capacitor, I've set the time circuits for November 5th, 1955, the day I invented time travel! Great Scott! It's the Libyans! They found me! I borrowed something from them. Quickly, hide! I'll draw them off.
Doc, no! I gotta get out of here. The DeLorean.
I'm wild.
So this version is hilarious.
A DJ.
Oh, he gets hit by a baseball.
If I can power up the DeLorean,
So now
then I can
Marty,
get back
in the
time
past,
to
is going to have to tell him, look out! The Libyans are going to hit you with a baseball. I have to say, I was a little bit surprised
Hope it works.
to hear the name Libyan in this.
Let's settle this rivalry once and
That
for
seems
all.
to be kind of a
Coffee or tea?
kind of an anti-PC
Doc, I'm glad
term
you're
now.
here. Do you have any idea when we are? Come on, Marty, we don't have time for this.
some of the one-liners get kind of awkward when they don't go with the level that you're playing. That was a little glitched out. Really cool of Christopher Lloyd to come back and do this. He's always said that he loves playing that role and will come back and do it in anything. And he has come back and done it in all kinds of stuff. He's doing his absolute best to sound as young as he can. You can definitely hear his age in his voice a little bit. Meanwhile, this guy that's been voicing Marty McFly lately, both in the Telltale game and this, pretty sure it's the same guy, does just this spot-on impression, nearly perfect, of Michael J. Fox at that time. That's got to be a neat gig. Marty is, guitar does the same thing that we saw Homer do last time, breaking glass, and it's less irritating because he's not belching. So now we're opening up the back of that truck. Some of this puzzle stuff is fun. This is all really routine and easy stuff. Overall, not super impressed with the gameplay stuff in this, and also, as I said, I just want to see a full-blown Back to the Future Lego game.
Later, alligator.
But, as always, the graphics are great, the detail's great. Getting to see some of these iconic places realized in a Lego game is a lot of fun. Check out JCPenney back there, CJ Perry. And they don't have any, license endorsements from any of the companies that had product placement in Back to the Future, so they've had to do parodies of all that stuff. And here we are with the TV again. There are other ways to blow up stuff like that, but we've discovered that the TV is a pretty easy way to do that, so we use it a lot. Still, so far, this and The Simpsons are the only levels that I've played. Or the only level packs I've played. Once again, Sarah and I have been through the whole story. We have 2 more of them that we haven't played yet, so we'll try to play through those and bring them to you soon. We've got Doctor Who to do, and we've got Ghostbusters. We'll make sure and do that this month. We're going to be putting out at least a few Ghostbusters videos this month.
Analyze this properly.
With the remake on the horizon. And there's Batman driving the DeLorean. Thing you never thought you'd see. We really thought that would just jump us to the very next section. I love that gag where Christopher Lloyd, where Doc Brown's like, just drive up to one of these things. And then that'll get you to 88 miles an hour. In order to time travel, you have to get on one of those platforms. And so it's fun that we've built in this silly Lego mechanic and put it inside of the our little story bits here. So here we are, back in time.
It worked! Wow! If the Doc saw that, he would have lost
Good
his
old
mind.
1955.
It must be back in 1955. Just like the
I just said that.
DeLorean was programmed to do. Whew, I'm glad you're here. Do you have any idea?
So we weren't able to blow up
where
that
we are?
silo.
I need to get out of this barn.
I got stuck there for a second because I didn't realize that was a cow. I was like, what is that? It did make a lot of sense in that first section in the garage that you would build a hoverboard right then. I guess these level packs are set up so that you have to, where it wants you to build a, whatever vehicles or objects they give you sometime in the level, and since we're basing all of this on the first movie and we're not going to go to the future any place, they just kind of lump that in there and throw it in. But it's really awkward. I mean, not that, this is like a scene by scene.
It's on.
I mean, so far it's sort of scene by scene. Wait, well, not
Engine
okay.
running, let's go.
At least involving Doc Brown and the DeLorean. But you know what I mean. It's not the full-blown story, and it doesn't matter if it makes sense.
Settle this rivalry once
But
and for all. Coffee or tea?
it was weird because for a second I thought maybe it was just taking us to some of those iconic places and looking like those scenes, but the story they were telling was actually a different one. I thought that for a minute when we brought out the hoverboard, and it turns out, nope, this is Marty McFly, Lego Marty McFly's first time traveling. I think the Back to the Future open world is my favorite one so far. There's a lot of great variety getting to go back and forward through time. The Jaws hologram is kind of cool. They put a lot of those little details from the future and Back to the Future too. Oh no, this is the bit where I'm like trying to blow these things up and oh wait, they're cows. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the thing that ultimately was a letdown here is just we're playing so much of this first act and then it just rushes to the end. What we get is fun though. Certainly. Bum ba bum. There's his pine trees. Ah, you broke my pine! Yeah, no, say pine. Scream about your pine. Okay. And then here's this gorgeous house. That house actually exists. And is featured in the Back to the Future documentary. I think it's called Back in Time.
Doc, it's me, Marty. Open up.
Do I know you? If you're here about the strange lights and noises, then that was my neighbor.
No, Doc, it's me, Marty. I'm from the future. Look, I can explain everything.
Great Scott!
I know, it's heavy duty, Doc. And there's something else. After we finish recording...
No! Don't tell me! You must never know too much about your own future. Speaking of which, we have to get you back to yours.
Where are you gonna get 1.21 gigawatts of electricity in 1955?
From the lightning, Marty.
Shopping list. That better do it.
If we can harness the lightning and channel it into the time travel machine, it'll supply all the power you can need. All you need to do is connect these cables, Marty. Then, when the lightning strikes, it'll travel straight down into the machine.
Doc.
And so now we passed all that pesky dealing with our with his mom stuff and jumped all the way to the third act.
Let's settle this rivalry once and for all. Coffee or tea?
Like we couldn't have given Superman 3 or 4 lines he alternates between when he pops into a level. No, okay. I haven't gotten Doc Brown yet. I'll have to get him at some point. I think he might have the hacking ability. I forget. I'm not sure what exactly he does. Oh wait, no, we do have him. What am I talking about? I got that for my wife for her birthday. That's right. I think we're actually using him right now. I don't think that's the Doc Brown from the... Is that just Doc Brown following us around, or are we actually using him? I think we're actually using him. Sorry, I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah, I got that from my wife for her birthday. And, because you need the time train in order to go back to 1885 when you play in in the open world dimension. So it took us a little bit here to figure out what the things at the top were that we were supposed to complete. We did the first one without even realizing it. It's always weird when you have a character that you've purchased that you're using that's also in the level because of the story mode. So we have a Doc Brown here, and then there's another Doc Brown yelling at us. And of course, we're not really running out of time. We got a time machine. We got all the time in the world. I really wanted, at some point, I wanted some contrivance for Doc Brown to say, "Pardon this crude model," because it's Legos, and I really wanted him to make a model. That's hilarious. Did Homer Simpson have Peabody's Pine in the back of that truck? Is that what's going on? I talked about this on New Comic Book Late Night recently, but I really recommend the most recent to-date issue of the Back to the Future comic, Back to the Future number 9. I think it's a really great jumping-on point, even though it's like the third part of an ongoing story. Or you can go back to 7 and catch up and just know that it starts to get really interesting by 9, because we're finally actually time-traveling in that book, and that's really exciting. But we go to 2035, and the Lone Pine Mall has become the Lone Pine, I forget what it's called, but it's like a giant amphitheater where they're doing hoverboard roller derby.
Marty! Marty, my boy.
There's a lot of fun social commentary about degeneration of language and stuff in that book. I was really enjoying. And I thought it was pretty consistent in extrapolating from now the way that Back to the Future 2 did it, where it wasn't ripping that stuff off so much as just consistently going forward with what we know now, and I kind of enjoyed that. You know, extrapolating in a really silly, over-the-top, heightened kind of way, but still maybe getting some things right here and there. I guess we'll have to see when it's 2035. What will I be? I guess I'll be in my early 50s in 2035. You know, it occurs to me that we're actually taking even a little bit longer here than we had to. We're not, like, super stuck right now, but... Or maybe we are slightly stuck right now, but yeah, this is...
What a predicament!
This is taking us...
Who helps Superman when he needs help?
Yeah, this is taking us longer than it probably needed to, and... This is, not a very long level set at all. We've only got about 4 or 5 minutes left.
Cape-wearing hero.
It would have been fun to at least maybe recreate the Biff Tannen chase or something like that. But this level is at least kind of attempting to keep a, you know, semblance of a story straight, even though, like, it's a super crazy condensed version that would fit in, like, half a comic book. But just in the sense that, because some of the LEGO games do this, just in the sense where, like, I'm thinking specifically of LEGO Jurassic World, like, 2 and 3 do this a lot, where one level isn't really following the other in a narrative sense. It's just, you know these movies, and here's a level based on a scene in a movie. And this is basically cutting all the meat of the story out and just doing the time travel plot stuff. I'm sure in 1985 you can get one of those ramp things at any corner drugstore, but in 1955 they're a little hard to come by.
Time circuit's on. Flux capacitor fluxing.
Always like what
Engine
Hill
running,
Valley
let's
looks
go.
like at night. I think these tiny cars are all really funny. The only reason that we're not driving regular-sized vehicles in this is so that we can make these little cars that will fit on the pad, and so that we can
Let's settle
kind
this
of,
rivalry once
I hate to say
and for
cheaply produce them, but
Coffee or tea?
affordably produce them, so that we're not selling you Lego sets for this game that have 300 pieces.
I hope you read that shopping list.
This is pretty great.
He's not moving. Oh no, 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 Doc, no!
Thanks for the loot, Marty. You really saved my bacon.
What happened to never knowing about your future?
Well, I figured, what the heck?
What the heck? Because it's got to be kid-friendly. So, did he have that glove in his back pocket? So it's fun, but it's super short. Well, everybody, thanks always for listening and watching. And I'm going to go ahead and get going, but we will bring another one of these to you sometime soon. Either the Doctor Who level or Ghostbusters, and then down the road, we'll do the other two that are out so far. The Midway one and the Portal 2 one. Got our gold brick there. Thanks for watching. See you next time.